Welcome to another episode of Minister's Message. Today I'm recording this on Thursday the 11th of November. We've just had our memorial service here at the Seaboard Memorial Hall, and today I'm very glad to introduce you to Col John Lewis, who has shared this video with us specifically as we will not forget. We will continue to remember those who have paid the ultimate price for the freedoms we enjoy today.
I'm standing here this morning amongst the Commonwealth war graves in the little village of Yatesbury in North Wiltshire. It's close by an old RAF station that operated mainly as a training airfield and as a training school for radio operators for the RAF. Indeed, I believe my own father, my late father, probably trained here at the start of World War II. An estimated 70 died flying here from Yatesbury, including aircrew from Australia, Canada, Czechoslovakia, Poland, Russia, South Africa and the United States. And 21 of them are buried here in the All Saints Parish Churchyard in Yatesbury, as you can now see. I've got here a little Gospel of John that was commonly issued to RAF personnel during World War II. And this one has written on it, given to me at Great Malvern in June 13th, 1943. Then over the page it reads, Wednesday, 9th of January, 1943, joined up, Malvern, worst day of my life. I've no idea what happened to the owner of this little gospel. It looks as though it was read. Some passages are underlined, but interestingly, not the famous verse in John 15:13, which reads, greater love has no one than this, that somebody lay down their life for their friends. And in a sense, that's what we remember at this time of year as we recognise the great sacrifice made by young men and women to protect the freedoms we still enjoy today. For me, remembrance just makes me think of the words of the Apostle Paul in Romans 5, where he writes, God demonstrates his own love in this, while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. It's extraordinary how our annual act of remembrance brings these things into sharp focus. This week we pause to remember the extraordinary sacrifice that thousands of young men and women made to protect our freedoms and our way of life. We remember them and we honour them. And if we're tempted to think that everyday life in this country has become shallow and materialistic and celebrity obsessed, then this brings us back to reality. Romans 5 reads, we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, character, hope. And hope does not disappoint us because God poured out his love into our hearts by the Holy Spirit. There's probably nothing like warfare to demonstrate the glory and the garbage associated with human nature. Conflict seems to bring out the worst and the best in us. And there have been some amazing stories of courage, sacrifice, selfless commitment to come out of Afghanistan in recent years, as well as the less savoury incidents and moral failures. One of the most surprising and inspiring to me was that of Matthew Croucher, a Royal Marine who threw himself onto a Taliban tripwire grenade in order to save his comrades. He hoped that his equipment and body armour would absorb the blast so that his comrades would be saved. Amazingly, he survived. His backpack was shredded, his radio caught fire, but his body armour, helmet and equipment absorbed much of the blast, and he not only saved his team but survived to tell the tale and received the George Cross for gallantry. Of course, there have been many other stories of courage and self-sacrifice, but that one just seems to illustrate for me the amazing sense of comradeship, dare I say even sacrificial love, that can characterize a soldier engaged in conflict. So then, think that those who serve in the armed forces might understand these words. Very rarely will anyone die for a righteous man, though for a good man someone might possibly dare to die. but God commends his love for us in this: while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. And that's the very heart of the Christian faith. A love that's undeserved, a love that's costly, a love that's sacrificial, even to the point of death. Perhaps service personnel understand more about real, sacrificial, expensive love than most, and the core of the Christian message reflects the themes of remembrance. A sinful, broken world, characterized by conflict, selfishness, greed and pride. But amidst the horrors of war, we see courage, sacrifice, selfless love and commitment to others. We see courageous individuals making the ultimate sacrifice, and our hearts are strangely moved. So I think our soldiers, reading their combat New Testaments as we give them out today, might just get what the Apostle Paul is saying as he explains the Christian message. We're all sinful, damaged goods, selfish at heart. We spoil and despoil this beautiful world and all that's in it. But God in his great love comes himself in the person of Jesus Christ on a great rescue mission. When the verdict is reached and judgment is passed, he takes our place. He endures the betrayal of a friend, the anger and hatred of fake religion, the violence, ignominy and torture of a Roman crucifixion, and the desolation of separation from all that is God and good and lovely and pure. And that's the wonder of the cross of Jesus Christ.
I'm very thankful to Col John Lewis for sharing that video with us. In our own services on Sunday morning, Hilton and then in Tain, we will also observe a minute's silence before the service begins. We still have 2022 calendars. Thanks for so many of you who have purchased them already, but you can get in touch with Rona Grigg if you would like one. And Christian Focus Publications, who've worked closely with me here at Minister Message, have offered a 20% discount for any of you viewers and for anybody in our congregation or community. Once you get to the checkout on their website, you just type in the code TAINFERN21, all capital letters, and you'll receive your 20% discount. We continue with our series through the tabernacle, God's mobile home, and we're in the holy place, and this Sunday morning we'll be considering the altar of incense. How is your prayer life? Are you praying even now? Are you praying today? What a difference prayer can make. You see these signs on churches, sometimes just big billboards at the side of the road, and it says, try praying. And it's a real and valid option for you to do as well today. Why don't you try praying? Well, I do hope and pray that you have a blessed weekend, and may the Lord be with you.